What's going on, everyone? It's Bales, and welcome back to another AFL Fantasy Daily news recap. Plenty of news going on. We're only one sleep away from the 2023 season getting underway with the first game, which also means we have teams. So let's go through those teams for tomorrow night in terms of the fantasy relevant players, that is. So Tim Taranto has been named on the ball as a ruck rover, so tick, 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 lock him into your forward lines or midfield if you're rolling a midfielder in your... a forward in your midfield. Jacob Hopper's also been named on the ball there for anyone considering him as maybe a little bit of a cheaper option, more probably Supercoach relevant compared to AFL Fantasy, but could still be an option for you. Jaden Short has been named on a wing as well. Hopefully he can gain DPP status by round 6 and become a decent defender option, but just someone to sort of keep note. People got Liam Baker, he's been named at half back, so if you were keen on him, then I guess if you could still go through that because he's been named at half back. No Samson Ryan or Judson Clark or Tyler Young either if you're considering any of those three. So all of those, especially Ryan and Clark, they've been named in the emergency. So there is a chance, especially maybe a Judson Clark, a Jack Ross or a Thompson Dow are the other emergencies. One of those will be named the sub. So it'll be interesting to see who is named there. But it could be Clark or Ryan. So I'd pass on those guys. Moving over to Carlton, so Lockie Cowan and Ollie Hollands, as we know, announced to make their debuts. They've been named at half-back and on the wing, respectively, there. So if you're keen on them, lock them away into your team. Sam Doherty's been named at half-back as well. I'm sure he'll push into the midfield at times tomorrow night. Mark Pitney's not playing, so Tom De Koning's solo ruck. Now, if you were looking for a really cheap ruck, he is potentially someone you could flag. I personally couldn't do it. It's fraught with danger. There's not a lot of options around there, but he's someone there that if he plays solo ruck, he's cheap enough that if he can score 80s or 90s, if he can get up there, then could be someone to look at. Just maybe put an asterisk next to him. Maybe you can look at him this week and see how he goes. But someone to keep note of. Cripps had a bit of an injury cloud, but he's all good to go. He's been named. But no Chincotta, though. So Alex Chincotta's not even in the emergencies either, so he will be a red dot. So, yeah, unfortunately, he will not be in our sides to start the season. In terms of the other big news headlines, I think the biggest news headline today was that Elliot Yeo has been ruled out of their round 1 clash against North Melbourne due to a calf injury. I think Ryan Daniels on Twitter was the first one to post this, and he said that maybe he'll be come back round 3. That's still 2 weeks, but regardless, you're not starting him anyway because he's not playing. So you're going to have to look for another option. Let me know who you guys are looking at as an option down below. I've been very interested to see because some people had him at D2 or D3. Jordan Dawson and like McGrath and Will Day are some popular options. But let me know who you're going for in the comments below because you're going to have to figure out something to do with Yo. Tom Campbell has been flagged by Ross Lyon that he will play senior footy at times this year, and with Luke Jackson and Sean Darcy coming up this weekend, it could potentially be an option that they play both. So that's alarm bells for Rowan Marshall. He was locked into all of our sides as a clear-cut R1, but that's sort of thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, especially if he's named tomorrow night as well. Yeah, but it will be extended squad, so we won't know until Friday afternoon, but yeah, it is a bit of a flag there. Are you going to be keeping Marshall in your side? Let me know in your comments below if you're going to be keeping Marshall or if you will be moving because of this news. Are you going to move to someone else? And let me know who you're moving to. A few debutantes also named today. Alwyn Davey Jr. has been named by the Bombers to play, so he's a 212k mid-forward, been quite a popular name over the pre-season, and I think will be locked into a lot of sides, either on the mid-bench or on the forward bench, or even utility. Could be any of those spots. So, yeah, feel free to put him into your side. And then Bailey Lowry and Judd McVie are also set to debut for Melbourne against the Bulldogs on Saturday night. So Bailey Lowry, 200k mid-forward, and Judd McVie is a basement 200k defender. I personally wouldn't start any of those two because when your Salem's, especially for McVie, when Salem comes back, McVie will probably make way. And then Melbourne are missing people like Viney and Fritsch and a couple of others. So Bailey Lowry would be one of those guys that would also make way. So I wouldn't start with either of them. If they go bang in round 1, you can always bring them in round 2. I'd prefer to look at these guys first and then bring them in after and see how they go. So, and also, Matthias Philippou and Anthony Community have also are expected to be announced as debutants probably tomorrow. They haven't been officially announced yet, but expect that to be announced. So Philippou being a very popular player of the pre-season on some people's fields, some people's benches. So it'll just be interesting to see where people put him. And yeah, Community basic price forward. I don't think he's going to score very well, and I think we're going to have enough forward rookies to sort of pass on him. But he is a guy that if he's playing, you could look at him in a few weeks, that if he goes big or anything, or you can jump on him. So there you go. A few debutants, plenty of news happening, and there'll be plenty of news over the next couple of days, so make sure you keep tuning into these daily recaps on YouTube. I'll be recapping all the days' news, but appreciate you watching today. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There's plenty of subscribers over the last couple of days, so appreciate all the support you guys have shown as we continue our goal to reaching 1,000 subscribers. Turn notifications on so you don't miss when I go live or upload content in the future. And also, social media links are all in the description below, so make sure you go and follow me all across those. So we're back tomorrow for the Thursday team news, and then I'm sure there'll be plenty of debutants and other news tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. So until then, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Cheers.